Hello there, this is Lindsay McDougall. Thank you so much for joining me for today's yoga class. We always do a combination of alignment and flow, and today I want to incorporate also some balance as well as some of the elements of the previous classes that we've done, like figure eight pose. If we get to that today, definitely some shoulder openers and arm strengtheners, core strengtheners. So let's take a seat in Sukhasana, easy pose on the block, to get grounded today as we start our practice. You can bring one heel in front of the other, or take half lotus or full lotus with both feet on the tops of the thighs. And then hands are open on the tops of the knees. Let's take a nice inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, roll them down, lengthening the spine. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, raise the shoulders, exhale, roll the shoulder heads around and down the back, lifting up the chest. And one more time, this time reverse directions. One more. And then find the placement of your shoulders widening. Scapula wide, the heart open. Back of the head and neck, reaching for the sky. Place the tongue behind the upper palate and take some nice deep breaths here. Feeling how the breath arrives into the body, how it exits the body. Coming into the rhythms of the body. I recently gave up coffee and have been drinking a lot more tea. And this different kind of energy, a different sensation is within my being. And when nature calls us to make changes in ourselves, in our body, in our routine, it's always a lesson behind it that we need to learn as the seasons change, as time changes. And when we humble ourselves through our yoga practice, this is a wonderful time to listen to what the body is saying. Let the body speak. And with it, the mind to calm, to be receptive, for the mind to be open. Listening to this experience of being. Like in our yoga practice, we open our bodies to such an extent that our mind has to be open. When we're in that balanced posture and we're teeter-tottering on one side, opening up the mind, calming the mind, calming the nervous system. We have to have an open mind when we come to our yoga practice in order to attain the gifts of this present moment, of the asana that we are exploring. Bringing hands to heart center, thumbs to touch the heart, making contact with the self, with our inner state. Bowing the head slightly to honor ourselves for coming to our mat, creating that awareness and that space right now. Good. And gently, let's open up the arms, reaching for the ceiling or outside if you're outside. Pull in the low ribs, lengthen the low back. Look up at the fingertips. And exhale, come down. This time, let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Reach and exhale, twist over to the right, bringing the left hand to the right knee. Look behind you. Inhale, reach the arms up, coming back to center. Exhale over to the left. Squeeze as you look behind you. And inhale up to center. Bending the left elbow and bringing that right hand on top of the elbow. The left hand can go down the back and then pull the elbow in and back, rotating the outer shoulder forward. And lift and lengthen the breath. Exhale, reach, switch sides, coming down. Inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, right arm bends, left hand pulls that elbow in, lengthening through the side ribs, the waist, and rolling that outer shoulder forward. Good. And exhale down. And then taking your one leg, both legs out, and then take the left heel on top of the groin. And if you're sitting on a block, that's fine. Or you can have a blanket, or you can just have the foot crossed. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, over to the left again. Inhale up. And exhale, reach and walk the hands forward in sort of a modified Janu Shirshasana. Good. And exhale, coming back, place the left leg long, right leg bends, and then you bring the heel into the umbilicus or lying on top of the thigh, or to the side in Janu. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, over to the right. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, back, come to center. Walk the hands forward. Lengthen the chest. Pull the elbows back. Reach the heart. And exhale, walk the hands back. Place both feet out in front. Lean over to the side and take your prop away. Coming to tabletop. And let's take some cat-cows here. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Inhale, pull the chest forward, elbows back. lift the heart, lift the hips. Exhale, rolling under, really puffing out the back body into the lower back, tailbone. Inhale, rise, lift. In cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, lift. And exhale. And tuck the toes under, raise the hips. Come into downward facing dog. And pedal out your dog here. Really ground into the hands. Make sure that the pointer finger and thumb are engaged with the floor. And there's a lift through the center of the palm. Biceps rolling up. Drop the head. Good. Inhale, come forward to plank. Pull the abdomen in. Lengthen the low back. And hold. And then as we're holding here, we're lengthening the chest, rolling the elbows back, and engaging those legs. Exhale, bend the knees, come to a low cobra. Inhale, lift and reach the chest, elbows back. And exhale, tuck the toes, coming into child's pose, and then our down dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Come onto the elbows here, and we'll hold this posture on the elbows. So keeping that short angle, lifting and lengthening through the chest, tucking the tail, imagining a line from pubis to chin. And then inhale, come to a Sphinx posture. So drop the hips, untuck the toes, lift the chest, reach the chest through the arms, and exhale, tuck the toes, come into holding the low plank here. So that strong contact with the forearms is going to help to strengthen the hips. And then lower those hips, reach forward, Sphinx here. So getting our core warm, getting our heart to open, back bends to open here. Exhale, come up to forearm plank. And then dolphin pose. Pull the legs in, walk the legs in and stay on the forearms, rolling outer shoulders down and back. And then dropping the knees, make your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg long in three-legged dog. Open up the hip. And exhale, pull the knee in, place it behind the right wrist, look up. Exhale, bring the left foot to meet it. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the head, strong legs, kneecaps engaged. Roll the inner thighs back. And then heel toe your feet together. Slight bend in the knees, come all the way up. Reach to something you desire. And exhale, mountain pose. Samastitihi, you can have hands by your hips or at heart center. And we'll move through Surya Namaskar A, sweeping arms back, reach, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold with the heart reaching. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, place the hands, right foot back, left foot back, plank. Lower down. Find your cobra or up dog. Rolling shoulders back. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg. Open up the hip, bend the knee. Reach the toes to the right. Even pressure in the arms. And then exhale, square off the hips. Bend that knee in behind the left. Bring it up to the left hand, look up, low lunge. Exhale, right foot to meet it. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, down. So let's move through a cat-cow but standing. So keep a little bend to the knees, engage the feet into the floor, and then start to open up the arms, reaching back like wings, and then exhale, pull everything in, and then pull the elbows in as you reach the heart forward, bringing cactus arms to the elbows, open the chest, reach the elbows wide as you reach the chest, and then exhale, using your creativity to bring those arms forward. Find your bend, your cat pose. Inhale, pull everything in, cactus arms, back bend, and exhale, flowing into the balance. One more like this. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, roll everything to the back body, reaching forward. And inhale, rise to standing, hands at your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up, straight. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hop or step back to plank. If you're jumping, you're in chaturanga. Inhale, squeeze the legs, roll the chest open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, sweep it forward to warrior one here. Open up the arms. Left heel is in its own lane, can be even as wide as your mat. Back heel is pointing back at a 45-degree angle. And then sink the hips. Let's bend that left elbow and pull the chest forward in this position. And then exhale, take a clasp behind the back and roll the shoulders up and over the head, reaching towards the center of the room. Good. Inhale, come to crescent pose. That back heel comes up. And exhale, sink into your crescent, almost touching the knee to the floor. And then straighten that back leg. Exhale, bend the back knee almost to touch the floor, tucking the tail, and then straighten that leg back. Last one. Bend the knee, pull everything into the navel, reach, and then straighten that leg. Good. Exhale. Let's come to warrior two. Open up the arms. And then bend that right elbow. Take the left hand on top of the elbow. As you sink deeper into your warrior two, turn the chest towards the center of the mat. And then turn it towards the right leg. Engaging the inner thigh of the back leg and bending into a little back bend here in warrior two with a bound right arm. And back to the side. Open up the arms. Reverse your warrior. And exhale. Take a vinyasa here. Reach the heart forward. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, sink the heels. Wrap the inseams of the legs back. As we inhale. And exhale, reach the left leg back. And inhale, pull it forward to warrior one on the left. Right heel down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale. Find that warrior, find the leg. Bend the right elbow. And then pull the chest forward towards the left knee as you sink into those hips. And coming into warrior two. I'm sorry, I meant to do our crescent. So sweep those arms up into crescent, bending the back knee, almost touching the earth. And then reach and lengthen the back leg and the back body. Exhale, bend the knee, almost touching. And then straighten the leg. Reaching that heel away. Bend the knee again. Tucking the tail, lengthen the chest. And exhale, straight leg. Open it up to warrior two. Bend that left elbow and grab it with the right hand. And face the long side of your mat as you rotate and open the left leg. Make sure that the knee is tracking over your second and third toes. But you also want to keep wrapping the left hip underneath and engaging the right inner thigh. And then rotate the chest to the front of the mat. Lift and spread the chest, coming into a little back bend here. And exhale, take the hands in a clasp and roll them up and over the head, keeping the left hip as parallel as possible to the mat and engaging that core in this shoulder opener. warrior two. Open the arms to the sides. Inhale, reverse to warrior. Exhale, frame the left foot. Take a vinyasa here. Engage the legs. Squeeze up into your back bend. And then exhale, meet back in down dog, whether you go through child's pose or straight back to down dog. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg back. Exhale, sweep it 3/4 up the mat so that the toes are pointing off of the mat. And then come to the outside of the right leg. Open up the left arm. Sink the hip, reaching the arm towards the foot. And then inhale, raise the hips as the arm comes horizontally across by the ear. Exhale, open up to the back of the mat. Inhale, scrape across, lift those hips. Exhale, back of the mat. And you can be creative with your arm here. Sweeping it across by the ear. Let's take one more. Exhaling. Inhale. And then coming into Vashisthasana arms. Drop the left arm. Take a vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg back. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward to 3/4 up the mat, toes off the mat. Coming to the outside edge of the left foot. Reach the arm up with the hips. Exhale, reach the arm towards the back foot, looking at the back foot. And then inhale, raise the hips as you bring the arm horizontally across next to the ear. Inhale, drop the hips, reach the arm back. Inhale, lift the hips, come into your Vashisthasana. Exhale, get a little creative here. Let the arm be free, and flowing, expressing. Exhale, look behind you, last one. Dropping those hips. Inhale, raise the hips. Reach it towards the front of the mat. And then come into regular Vashisthasana arms with the hips lifted. And exhale, take your vinyasa. So I can already feel that in my obliques, my hips. Good. And inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Good, exhale down. Let's take Garandasana arms and come into our eagle. So balancing on both feet, get heavy in the right foot as you lift the left knee and bring it on top of the right knee. So both knees are bent. You can kickstand that right foot or wrap it once more around the right calf. And then bring the left elbow under, right elbow over. And I've traditionally taught this as we sink into our seat. raising those elbows, which is good. And let's try pulling the elbows in and really cranking open that chest right from the clavicle, the shoulder heads moving down. And then take that energy thrusting up through the sternum, through the neck, and pour it downwards, coming to a crouch into our eagle. So notice how that makes a nice difference in this being like a chest opener. Good. And inhale, coming slowly up. Exhale, release. Getting heavy in the left side. Bending both knees. Right knee on top of left. Kickstand the toes or wrap them again around the left calf. Right elbow comes under, left elbow on top. Lengthen the chest, lengthen the torso as you bend the knees and sit back. And then pull both elbows in and really feel that lift and that opening from the center of the chest through the collarbone. And then slowly start to sink, exhaling, bringing elbows to knees in our crouch. Eagle on a cliff. Reaching the chest forward. Inhale, lift the elbows. And exhale, open it up back to standing. Let's take a chair here. Inhale, sweep the arms, sit back, look forward. Reach with both arms. And really reach from a place that's below the heart. This belt that goes around the rib cage underneath the pectoral muscles and behind the heart center. So engage those muscles. So you're going to take a little bit of a cat tilt in the spine. The hips are in a dog tilt, but the integrity pulling in on the core is almost more of a cat tilt. That strength is coming from our spine through our arms. Good, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, take a vinyasa here. Coming to plank or hopping back to chaturanga. Look forward. Reach the heart forward, squeeze the legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg back. Sweep it forward to come to triangle. Left heel down. Let's hands on hips come to the long edge of our mat on the left. Lining up our front heel with the back arch. And then hinging the hips towards the left. Let's reach the right arm long and place it on our body somewhere on the floor. And let's let that left arm come long as well. So traditionally, it's taught perpendicular to the ground. I'd like us to take the bicep horizontally and use this to rotate the chest in our triangle. Remembering those obliques that we used. Squeeze the thighs up, rotate the chest to the left. Good. And exhale, coming back to triangle. Bend that right knee into warrior two. Inhale to star pose. Heel toe that right foot in as you come to star. And then exhale, forward fold. Bring the fingers to, peace fingers around big toe, elbows wide. in the forward fold here. And inhale, hands to the center, lift the body up, heel to the left foot to the long side of the mat, and then hands on hips, come to triangle prep here. I'm going to bring my right foot in a bit to a 45-degree angle, intersecting the front heel, so there's that midline. And then opening up the hips to the side, pull in the kneecaps, lengthen the left arm long, and then place it on the body somewhere, on the shin or ankle. And then let's open up the right arm and then pull it across the horizon by our face. Again, keeping that strong integrity, grounding down into the legs, and then the chest is going to slowly rotate to the ceiling. Can we get a little longer through the left side ribs by pulling the left hip back more and engaging the legs more? Good. And inhale, back to triangle prep. Heel toe the left foot in star. Lift and lengthen. And then exhale, forward fold. This time bringing the hands inside the midline of the feet. That goes under the arches. And just make sure the feet are the same distance from the edge of the mat. Elbows in, pull the body into this forward fold by pressing the heel of the hands forward. I'm going to widen my feet a little bit more so that I can bring the top of my head down to the mat. Last breath. Exhale, come halfway. Inhale, walk your hands to the front of the mat, heel toe, the feet into crescent, low crescent, and take a vinyasa here. Exhale down. Inhale the right leg back. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. Come into pyramid pose prep. Bring the left foot in slightly, hands on the hips, and coming all the way up. From here, bring the left elbow to bend. And if you want to take the bind here, you can wrap the right elbow behind the waist and work your hands into the clasp, if that feels comfortable, or just continue to hold on to the elbow using your right hand. From here, we'll go into some movement. So wherever your arm position is, make sure you're opening the chest and pulling in those lower ribs as you sink the hips. Come up onto your tippy toes. And then exhale, lower your feet flat as you come into a forward fold, flat back. And then inhale, raise the heels as you come all the way up, still maintaining the bind. Lower the heels as you exhale, coming forward over that right thigh. Inhale, lift the heels, come up to stand straight. Exhale, lower the heels, coming into a long pyramid here. Last one. Inhale. Lift the heels. Lengthen the whole body up. Exhale, lower the heels. High pyramid here. See if you can get to that flat back. Strong legs. Good. Release the bind. And bring that left hand to the ground, inside your foot on a block, or outside your foot on the floor on a block. And then twist the triangle over to the right. Back heel is grounded, inner thighs are rolling back. As the chest lengthens, we're twisting a little bit more. How's the breath? Can you even rotate your head to look at your thumb? Good. And then coming to neutral spine, hands on the hips. Inhale, coming up. And let's switch sides. So coming to the back of the mat, just flipping our heels, flipping our feet. Take the left elbow in your hands. Let's see, what did we do the last time? So take the right elbow and come up to the tippy toes. And then exhale, lower the heels as you come forward over that left thigh in pyramid pose. So I have the grasp on my elbow. Inhale. Come up. If you want to take the bind, go ahead with the hands. Exhaling halfway in pyramid. Squeeze the thighs up. Inhale, lift the heels, come to standing. Reach the elbow up. Pull in the low ribs. Exhale. Forward fold, squeeze thighs. Let's do 2 more here. Inhaling. Exhaling, moving with the breath. Integrity, creating those shapes. Last one. Exhale, lower the heels, coming down. And from here, squeeze the thighs, let go of the elbow or the hand, whichever you have, and then bring the right hand to the floor, left hand can be on the hip. Squeeze thighs in. And then find your hand position as you roll the chest to the left in twisted triangle. I'm bringing my hand outside my foot. That's just been in my practice. If you need a block for extra height, go ahead. Notice the breath here. Make space in the heart. Accepting and loving yourself. Can you turn your chest to even look up at your left thumb? Good. Last breath. Lengthen. And exhale, hands on the hips. Coming up. Reach the arms up into star, roll the feet back to the front of your mat, and then exhale. Let's take a vinyasa here. Good. lowering the knees down, come into a child's pose. Hips to heels, arms can be out in front, either with the elbows resting, or if you want to reach the elbows up to lengthen a little bit more, a more active child's pose. Just reading the body, checking in. Good. And then inhale. Let's bring the ankles underneath us and feet out in front. Okay, so we've done a little bit of figure 8 prep before, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing today, but I do want to keep you guys connected to this pose. So what we'll do is take the outside of the right foot in the hand, the left hand comes to the left side of the hip, and then pull that right knee in towards the right outer shoulder. Good. And then grab the right foot with the left hand, and then bring the right hand outside the hip and press the upper arm into the right hamstring. And then when you have this, let's just take a little bit of core work. So this will be as far as we take it. If you want to go to the whole pose and you're feeling enthusiastic, go ahead. What I want us to do right now is to bend the right leg over the upper arm. Both hands come on either side of the hips. Zip up the lower abdomen and the low back, and then press the hands straight, lift the whole body. Even if it's like 2 millimeters or just getting a little lighter in your seat, this is really good core work. So inhale, press and lift, and exhale down. Whew. Let's try the other side, okay? So bend the left knee, left hand outside of the foot, pull that leg in, squaring off the shoulders, just getting that dynamic. Right hand comes outside the left foot, and then the left hand scooches underneath the leg so the upper arm's touching the hamstring, and then that knee is bending over the upper arm. And that's a dynamic in and of itself, just straightening the leg and pulling it back. So squeeze the calf over the arm, right hand down, frame the hips, inhale, lift up, exhale, set yourself down. One more time, inhale, lift up, exhale down. Okay. And then bend both legs, coming into cobbler pose, opening the feet like a book, lift the chest, and exhale down. Reaching the chest forward, pressing the thighs open. If you need blocks on either side of the knees, but also sometimes that hanging of the knees can help create that strength in the groin to open up the resistance. Good. Let's take this to Janu Shirshasana. Right leg long, left foot inside of the right leg. And then turning over to the left to open as we get ready for our side bend. Bring the right forearm along the floor, palm face up. And then the left hand, let's take a cactus arm with the left left arm so that it's bent like a cactus. And then rotate the chest up towards the ceiling. So already this is doing amazing things for this upper chest and our obliques, our side bends. And then reach that arm just a little bit long towards the right foot. But you can keep as much of a bend as you like, because as you lengthen that top arm, it works down the shoulder blades, so it feels really, kind of gets right into those creaky parts of the shoulders. I really like this stretch. A couple more breaths here. Maybe you can reach all the way to the feet, and you're already taking that chest opener and that rotation. Feels so nice. Exhaling, release, come back to center, switch sides, left leg long, right foot comes inside the leg. And then twist yourself towards the bent knee, getting open, and then exhale, left forearm presses away towards the left foot, right arm comes into cactus, and then rotate open that chest. So I'm even using my left elbow to help me open up my right side. And then start to reach the arm towards the foot. But stop if you feel any tightness or there's like a good stretch in here for you. And take advantage of this posture to open up the side body. And once you feel good, you can even reach to the foot, holding the foot, and again revolving the chest towards the ceiling. But make it work for you. Okay, last breath. And exhale, walk the hands back. And let's take a forward bend here. So options here, you can have, take a block with you. You have your heels wide. And then bring a block or maybe two blocks into the center and drop the head like this. So this can feel really nice if you have headaches or you just want to feel the weight of the forehead on a block in this position. You know, with the legs open, creates a different sensation. Another option is to bring the legs together and the block in between the calves, and then walk the hands forward until the head touches the block. So I probably need 2 blocks for this. Basically, if you want to do the wide-legged or the traditional forward fold, find your version. Rolling the inner thighs down. Reaching the heels away. And of course, softening the upper body and the spine. So this is incredibly balancing for the nervous system. Helps bring energy out of the head, into the legs, out the feet. Take about 5 or so more breaths here. And slow our breath even more, streaming energy out the legs. And slowly rising up, taking the block to the side. We'll come onto our backs and hug the knees and rock side to side. So options here, if you want to take an inversion, such as a shoulder stand, or have the hips on a block before making your way to Shavasana, go ahead. Another option is to start making your way to Shavasana, heel toeing the feet wide and letting the knees drop in. And then when it feels like a good transition point, straightening out the legs and coming into full Shavasana. If you need to do any twists or happy baby, basically create an environment in the last few minutes we have left to allow the most space generated for full surrender in our Shavasana. So take a few more breaths in whatever pose you're in. And then begin to lengthen out and come into Shavasana. So there's that curve to the back, sits bones are grounded, and the shoulder blades are tucked under the chest. Feel the breath. Big inhale. And exhale. Relaxing every last muscle. With a scan going through the whole body, relaxing every last electron, proton, neutron, quark in the body. Just sinking straight into the ground. Relaxing the backs of the eyes, the facial muscles, and the back of the head. Taking this into the fullest embodiment of Shavasana. And when we're ready, you can stay here for a few minutes. I encourage that to connect with the nature and what nature is doing around us this waning downward period. Once you feel integrated with your heart and your breath, then you can come to a seated position to bow and honor yourself. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. And I'll see you next week. Namaste.